guys, DG Gaming coming to you with a Epic 7 video today. And today we're going over my friend Brian's account, his Lincoln Marf account. And he asked for some help with his account, so let's get right into this. So Brian, I think you told me that you wanted to know some gear stuff. So obviously, I took a look at your gear. Yeah, you got a lot of work ahead of you, man. As you can see with his kin right here, he has mixed match sets. He's got destruction, crit, health sets. Some of them ain't even gonna give him any extra benefits. Sure, it gives him decent-ish stats over here, but overall, this isn't really gonna help you out, mate. What you need to do is basically kind of do what I'm doing to your Angelica, because you had mixed match sets with her. So I'm doing her what technically you ain't got access to immunity sets yet, so I'm just going with the 2 health sets and then of course the speed sets. Some of them you had on other characters that should not even be there, because you're not technically going to probably be using them characters at all. So I switched these gears over to her after I got you some money. So as you can see, she has a lot more health. Yes, certain stats went down, but when it comes to Angelica, you want her to be health, like a lot of health, defense, effect resist, and speed. So currently I'm going with the best pieces that have those things. As you can see, the health percentage, the speed percentage, the effectiveness, if you get a hold of those mods that can change them, you can change out effectiveness for, say, defense percent, or flat defense, or flat health, whatever you preference. And then of course the effect resist here. This one is almost about the same: speed, health, effect resist. You can change out the crit chance because you don't really need it. Health, defense, speed, effect resist, which is perfect. Defense, speed, effectiveness, and crit chance, you can only get to change one of these. Granted, you do have the health main stat, so effect resist possibly. You got another health main stat on this with speed, health, flat health, and effect resist. You can swap out that attack for defense percentage. And these are a must on any of your characters, whether it be speed set or other sets. Always make sure you have speed boots for the main stat. That is the biggest thing. Now there are characters that do not care about speed, just like maybe a little bit, so that's okay if they're, like, say within these substats below. But like, if you need the character to be fast, especially a character like Angelica that you're going to be using for Wyvern, you need speed sets. And she was slow as shit when I got done changing her. So right now she's at 159 speed. Obviously this is going to go up once you plus 15 this boot. And it's got the speed, defense percentage, health percentage, effect resist percentage. You could just change out the effectiveness for flat health or flat defense, whatever the hell is preferred, or you keep the effectiveness. But this is how you should be gearing. Now with your other characters, this is not how you should be gearing, because as I looked at all the other characters, they have mixed match sets, they have no sets. But you got to think of it as this. Like, for instance, Celine, you have no gear on her, yet she's your 6-star. You need to start farming for Wyvern, because when it comes to your DPS units, especially DPS units like your Vildred, you did okay for, you know, picking speed sets for Vildred. That's what you're supposed to do. What you're not supposed to do is just slap on shit like this, because this right here is not going to help your Vildred at all. All the substats are pretty much garbage on this sword for him. This sword would be fucking phenomenal on, like, Ruana, fucking Diane, Angelica. Whenever you get a sword like that, those go towards maybe your Soul Weavers. Hell, this is even good for Crow. Crow could use these. What you're basically going to be looking for substats for like your DPS units are going to be speed, critical hit damage, critical hit chance, and attack percentage. Those are what you're going to be looking for the most when it comes to your DPS heroes. When it comes to, you know, Rana and all that, that's going to be your health, your defense, effect resist, and speed. Like mages like Dizzy, especially Dizzy. Dizzy definitely needs to be on a full speed set with immunity set. And then, of course, she can have a slightly boost of attack, but more or less you're going to want effectiveness, speed, health, possibly defense, and possibly attack. Some of those you can work around. Crow, defense, health, definitely health, speed, and effectiveness if you want the provokes to land off, or attack percentage, but not very much attack percentage. You want to mostly focus on the health because his S3 is just going to steamroll anybody that wants to harm Crow. So this is basically all I have to say about this, and also your Molagoras that you have here are kind of wasted on these other heroes I see down here. Like some of these heroes you're not even using, or they're not properly geared as well, especially this Free Spirit Terraria. This 15 Molas could have went to your Vildred, dude. 14 of these could have went to Vildred, made his skills infinitely better, so when you got the proper stuff, he'd be hitting like a demigod. He would give no fucks given. Also, note, you do not need critical hit chance next unless you can pull the critical hit chance in your substats for other gear. But 99 out of 10 for when it comes to DPS heroes, critical hit damage main stat all the way. Critical hit damage. If you can get at least like 80-90% critical hit chance just in substats for the other gear, that's perfect, dude. But when it comes to DPS, because right now your Vildred only has 188 crit damage, so he's hitting like a fluffy toy animal for a dog, dude. You know, the ones that squeak? That's basically what he's going to be doing, tickling somebody, because he's going to be hitting like a damn Nerf gun. But yeah, so your characters definitely need some work. Definitely on the gear, kind of go with what I have going on here with your Angelica. Also, I've claimed some event things. Let's get this pack shit out of the way. Some event stuff. So when you go to your mailbox, you're going to have like these event tabs over here. So what you're also going to need to be doing is checking these, because I already claimed these. I already did your Moonlight free that they gave you, and it was garbage. But in this viewing event, you never claimed anything from here, and you were missing out on 20 bookmarks, 100 mystic medals, and your free galaxy. Your galaxy was garbage. Basically, by the time you see this video, Brian, you can tell me if you want me to spend these 100 mystic medals for Little Queen Charlotte, or you can save them up for other potential Moonlight heroes that are coming. We know Straze's coming, Moonlight Colric, and Moonlight Charles probably, or the new chick if she is a Moonlight, Ilnav. You also got your Golden Apples event here, last 15 days. Easily get your 200 recharge just by doing adventures, hunts, spirit altar, arena, automation tower, and expeditions. I'll claim those after this video. But with those 4 that you claim, you do the little mini game here, and then for the 4 farming kits that you did, they'll equal up to this throughout the 15 days. This is free shit. This is free real estate, dude. Right here on the 15 one, this is a free free basically unequip at your will when you get it. So, for instance, you have no money to unequip the characters that you have to get the gear off, except for certain characters you're going to need for farming. But I'll get to that later in this video. But yeah, this is shit that you need to be doing because you're missing out on all this free stuff. The free Molagor, because Molagor is scarce. And you just spending Molagor on characters you're probably never going to use, like Free Spirit Terraria and all that. Those could have went to useful units like Angelica to help with her healing, Rowana to help with her healing. Your DPS units like, well, I ain't going to say Sez. Sez is good for certain things, but when you get into like your Wyvern hunts and all that and arenas, he kind of falls off the bar at the moment. But for like Vildred, Celine, Bologna, your DPS units, they desperately need the gear, man. So make sure you're doing these events and everything. Also, shout out to my guild, the Starvaders Guild. We're currently only at 8 players. So any of you guys watching and you want to have a guild, we're a pretty chill guild and everything. It's gonna be semi-competitive. We're still gonna be doing guild wars whenever, you know, we can get the people in, but we'll try to have, you know, 24/7 buffs going on. But as you can see, we're kind of broke for doing that. But of course, we only have 8 people, so come on and join Starvaders, guys. If you need a guild to join, we're happy to have you. But back to you, Brian. Make sure that you're always doing World Boss. This helps give you some stuff. Make sure you're aiding. And make sure that you're donating just claws so that way we can rank up our level faster. Yeah, so like for instance, these Proof of Courages. Make sure you're donating this to get these. Because when you come to this member shop, you can get your Terra Phantasms, your Molagor Seed. I see you haven't bought any of these artifacts. These artifacts are a must-buy, especially Proof of Valor, Symbol of Unity, and Warhorn. These are a must-buy. So do save up your, what are these things called? Commander's Armbands. Save those up, buy these, and then you'll have some nice artifacts to go along. The other thing I noticed that you want to do is your unrecorded history. You want to finish this out. So not only to get all these reputation rewards for the catalyst, but it's also to get something to help out your sanctuary. So what you're going to be doing is finishing up unrecorded history, because this is a must. So you can get these Breath of Orbis. This is what you're going to be needing at the moment. So go through unrecorded history first, get these Breath of Orbis, and then come back to your sanctuary and basically improve your buildings. So for instance, I had to take from your Forest of Souls, I had to take the whole left side out. Normally I would just have this at 1, just for one thing only, but I'll leave it at 2 to your discretion. But this building here must be maxed out. You need 3 more Breath of Orbis to finish these out. This is a must because this reduces the gold required for crafting and reforging your items. This increases your chances at getting better gear, and this uses less resources. I just hit level 55 for your account, so you're able to reforge. To get these materials, you have to do expeditions right now. Soon there will be a new side story. If you've seen the videos I posted on Facebook, you'll be able to earn these oh, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the gems. Never mind. These materials you can get from expeditions, yes, at a certain point value, but all these materials come from your Wyvern your hunts at 11 down. So 11 through 13, you start earning these currencies. Once you get 200 of these, any 85 gear that you have can be reforged. So let's say that you had a 16 speed boot or a 16 speed chest, and you reforged it an 85 gear to a 90 gear. That 16 speed would go to 20, I believe. So that would be like the most amazing piece of gear that you would have. But obviously, like I said, finish out your building here. That way, you know, the gold, it costs less gold, costs less material, and you can start really grinding out the gear. Because Wyvern is going to be your must. Also, when doing the Sanctuary, I forgot to mention this as well. Your Alchemist stable. 3 in the middle, yes, but you want to do 3 on the right. That way it improves the quality of items crafted for the stable. I don't really do the gold as much because gold will come and go. High command's up to you with the extra Breath of Orbis, but definitely finish out your the workstation for the gear and your Alchemist staple. Then after all is said and done, you get all that situated, focus on hunts and start focusing on Wyvern. I see you're already at 11, so this is where you can start earning these ancient dragon hearts, and then of course you can start getting 85 gear and stuff from this as a chance drop. But your goal is to get to 13. Right now your gear is kind of meh, so you're not really going to get that far. But I took the liberty to level or change the names of your stuff. So right here, this is the ideal Wyvern team for you. So what you need to do when 6-starring some more units, 6-star this Luna, 6-star the Karen. You can leave Furious at 5-star. Just make sure that you got speed on all your characters here. Speed is a must on these characters because that Wyvern will lap, and if you are slow as dirt, that Wyvern's going to keep lapping you till you fail this hunt. Crowd's going to be your main focus for the Wyvern because normally the Wyvern always attacks the front unit. Sometimes it's a jerk and attacks other units that are going to be helping take it down, and most of the time that's going to be a failed run. But as long as your front guy is always getting attacked, he's tanking those hits, and you're fucking up that Wyvern with your other guys, it should be solid runs, period, and everything. But this is what you need to be working on for your Wyvern team. So once you get these guys all nice geared and everything, it should be smooth sailing. After that, I would say you don't really need to do Golem, but like for Banshee, I would get this up here too. So for Banshee, I'm just gonna pop the random team real quick and show you an example of what you could be using for Banshee. So for the random get together team, I can mess around here. Bologna, yes. Take out Says. Take out Shuri because he has no gear anyway. Take out the Dizzy. So we're gonna put your Vildred. Then we would need. Normally we would need an attack giver. So probably go with Diane. Probably put her in the front. And then Vivian. And this could be your Banshee team right here. And this would be a perfect Banshee team for you. You could take this same team also into, I believe, the Ozymandic hunts. So this will be where you start getting your immunity sets. That's also a must for any hero that you do for PvP. That way they don't get those debuffs and everything. but definitely work on Wyvern 13 first. Don't worry about the Abyss just yet. You can do it, but I would suggest getting better gear beforehand. And with the Wyvern, any hunt, pretty much, you're going to need the artifact Daydream Joker. So you're going to need this. I see you only have one of it, and I don't know why you have this garbage here. You don't need these 1-2-star artifacts. Get rid of these. This would technically be money for you. So let me do you the solid here and sell this. Yes, 1,000 coins, but get that garbage out of here. Only worry about your 3s and up, man. Just worry about those. But if you can get your hand on another Daydream Joker and get that maxed out, and then of course plus them to 30, your hunts will also go better. But having Daydream Joker is a definite must. Abyss, worry about that, like I said, when you get your better gear. That way you can progress on down and get your gear from that as well. Labyrinth, you'll kind of be worrying about the raid, but you got to finish Unrecorded History first to unlock this. Also, when you get better gear, hit these automation towers, because it's free real estate in here too. You get epic accessory charms. You get, a selection chest for one of the accessories, whether it be the neck or the ring. And of course, once you hit level 4, you can get the 88 versions, and I'm already clearing those with what I have. So all these will come last. This can come when you have more heroes you could work with, but of course you can go in with what you got, so that way you can get the exclusive equipment for certain heroes like Vivian, Luna, and all that, so that way they have extra benefits from their exclusive equipment. And yeah, that's pretty much, I think. And also do your adventure pass. Make sure you're working on this, because like I said, this is also free real estate right here. This is Terra Phantasms, 5-star heroes, just all this free real estate, guy. You got a lot of work ahead of you, Brian, and I pity you. But also, another good thing to invest in are the epic passes. If you manage to get 1,800 Skystone, I recommend getting the full pass, so that way you also get benefit to all the rewards in the pass, because that's also free real estate. But that is pretty... Hang on, I did think of another thing. Work on your pets. Find a really good pet. Let's see if we can find a good one here. Yeah, for instance, this one. If you were to work out this guy, you could take this 4.5 chance to receive an additional piece of equipment, and say you had another dude around here, like for instance this. If this was a better ranking with better percentage, you could have this for receiving additional lesser charms or stuff with the gear getting. That way, whenever you're doing hunts, you're benefiting the most out of it. So you're getting an additional piece of gear, charms to upgrade that gear. Just make sure you're working on this on the side while working on your characters. But I think that's pretty much it on what you should be doing. If I spoke too fast, you can replay through the video here to figure out what I'm blabbering about. But yeah, the first and most foremost, finish your Unrecorded History. Get those Breath of Orbis. That way you can upgrade your workshop, your alchemist staple on the right hand side. That way those are ready and set to go. Then start working on your Wyvern team that I have set out for you. Start grinding out Wyvern all the way to 13 if you can. Start acquiring the gear and look for the right stats for the characters. Do not just slap shit on like you did Vildred. Even though, yes, it was a full speed set, it was the wrong substats. Then after that, you can challenge into the other hunts for like the immunity sets, the life steal sets, the counter sets, whatever you're feeling froggy about for those characters. And let's see, what else was it? You can do expeditions. There'll be a little thing over here that you can get invites that helps get stuff. But yeah, you don't also have to worry about arena. Well, you can worry about arena if you need sky stones. Once you start getting better gear and you can start clapping people, then by all means do that. But like I said, most and foremost, work on your gear. Work on the gear. You'll have better results with your characters. They'll start clapping people, and you'll see a big change. I can do my best to kind of help out with your account. As long as you're okay with it, I'll be able to try to give it that tender loving care of daddy hands. But that's all I got for you, Brian. So just kind of look to this video as a guide. Even when I'm not helping out with the account, this can help yourself be better at getting the right gear for your characters and just progressing better into the story. But this has been DG Gaming, guys, and I thank you for watching me ramble about my friend's account. Until next time, peace out.